guess it's been 3 months since we have, quote unquote, had church. Yeah, especially, to add to that, coming off of a week of quarantine because of COVID, and man, so many things have happened, so.
I know you've been sick, Pastor.
Yeah. I didn't lose my taste at all. So,
That's good.
It was crazy. I lost my smell, but I didn't lose my taste.
My mom, her symptoms have been very similar to Byron's, and my uncle is doing well too. So.
Good. That's good.
So far, everybody else in the household has been healthy. And I have talked to people about what we did, and people are scratching their heads. People are happy. People are sad. People are like, I've seen so many different responses. Like, I want y'all to think about this. We were a 1-year-old church plant, and we quit church planting. We were a 1-year-old church plant, and we quit church planting. Like, nobody does that. Like, nobody quits church planting in the first year of church planting.
The first thing I quit when I was like 8 or 9 years old. Like, again, I had a dad and a family where quitting was not really an option. But in this particular situation, they awarded me that opportunity. I remember I was in karate class. Y'all might laugh because I don't know if you ever think about me doing karate or martial arts, but at the time, our family was really into it. I had cousins who had done karate. My sister had done karate. Karate and martial arts was a thing for us at that time. So I was in martial arts and karate for a period of time at the YMCA as a kid. I remember I already had surpassed my yellow belt. I was going up to the next level. I think it was brown at the time. And the instructor put us into couples so that we could spar against each other. There was a little girl. She was new. She didn't even have her yellow belt. And the instructor put me against her, which kind of made me upset because I'm like, man, I am not like a scrub in this class at all. And yet you're putting me against this new person. We are throwing kicks and jabs back and forth. And all of a sudden it's her turn to do a combination, and she kicks me dead square in my nose. I don't know if you've ever been kicked in the nose before. But before I could even process what happened, my eyes started to well up. I began to cry. And the first thing I could think to do was look over at my dad. And this is probably one of the most impactful moments of my life. My dad looked back at me, and he had this look in his eye that just kind of screamed to me, it's okay. It's okay. At that moment, I didn't know whether I should like just kick the girl back as hard as I could or like grab her and toss her to the ground. I knew in my heart I wanted to retaliate. I was so mad about being kicked in the face. But before I could do any of that, my dad walks over to me with, I think, my jacket and my shoes. And he escorts me to the side, and he lets me know it's okay if we can leave. I never went back to karate. There's not a day after that I ever practiced karate. All it took was for me to get kicked in the face. When I think about this past year, and I think about us quitting church planting, that is what I can say it was. We got kicked in the face. Being kicked in the face is something a lot of us experience. I mean, imagine getting your first job or buying a house and then you lose your job. Imagine getting pregnant, and then before you can birth a child, your grandfather or grandmother passes away. Or imagine you entering into a new season of relationships or with children or with career, and then all of a sudden your health fails you. All of us get kicked in the face somehow, some way. And if you're a church planter or a pastor, it's probably sometimes where you feel like you're constantly being kicked in the face when members are leaving for no reason. They don't give you an explanation. They don't bless you with an explanation. Or when people stop giving out of nowhere, and they don't tell you why. Or when you launch a church and then all of a sudden you think that things are going to blow up and explode based off of these other church planting stories where people just tell you, be faithful, preach the gospel, have a guy to play the guitar, and I guarantee your faithfulness will reap fruit. And then 6 months later, you're sitting there with 5 people and 3 of them have your last name. You get kicked in the face. For us, getting kicked in the face was COVID. We launched our church, Identity Church, in September 2019. We launched in Daytona Beach, Florida, in the Midtown area. We had what I thought was a pretty good launch. We launched in a middle school that is right in the midst of Midtown. It's very important to the community. On that day, I remember thinking, this is just the start.